Today we're going to install the EcoFlow Alternator Charger on my buddy's truck. He has had one major problem over the last several months, keeping his fridge running so he has cold drinks and fresh food on the job site. Well, today we're going to fix that problem with this EcoFlow Alternator Charger. This will keep his fridge, his tools, and all of his gear topped off no matter where he is. And just to give you an idea of what we want to run here is this ARB fridge. Looks like probably a 50 quart or maybe a 60 quart. Very big fridge. And what he's been doing over the last several months is plugging this 12-volt cigarette style lighter into the power station, topping that off when he's on the road, and then just letting the fridge run off of it in between his driving trips. And the real problem is this thing is only limited to 100, maybe about 110 watts of output. That's all you're going to get. And this EcoFlow Alternator Charger is designed to put out up to 500 watts. This is the newer one that was just released this summer. The previous one that you've seen on this channel is an 800 watt model. This newer version simply has a different cable. It is also limited to 500 watts, but it can plug directly into the XT60 port on almost any of your other style or brands of portable power station. Now, in full transparency, before we get started, I do want to point out that this Anker cable, even though it's only supposed to be pulling about 100 watts, it does look like it had a little bit of damage. That's something we'll have to monitor even with this new alternator charger. I want to point this out because this thing is going to put out 5 times the power. If this is what happened with this cable, I'm a little concerned that the alternator charger can also cause that same problem. Now, my buddy did say that this cable felt a little loose at the beginning, and so I do wonder if this burn or this melting of the plastic occurred due to a slightly loose connection. Since he's been running this system for a few months, he actually had a very good observation about this particular XT60 cable. Looking inside where the two pieces connect, you can see that the metal surfaces are deep within this XT60 cable. It allows just a little bit of a gap, which generates heat as those connections are broken and remade while he's driving. So before we get started, I do want to point out specifically, this is the Alternator Charger 500 watt version. The two different versions look almost the same, and you can use both the XT60i and the XT150 cable on either one. For this one specifically, you'll be limited to the 500 watt output if you use the XT150 cable. So the main reason he chose this model for his pickup truck, this is essentially a sealed device. We don't want to submerge it in water, of course, but for example, if it's in the bed of his truck cover is not on, this thing gets a little wet, it's not going to have a catastrophic failure. All of those other alternator chargers are highly susceptible to moisture damage, even in a slight rain. Although this one will work perfectly in my minivan camper, you can see it has a little louver right there. That little louver will allow water to get directly into the electronics. Similarly with this one inside of my minivan camper, all the louvers there. There's also a fan here, so if this thing is exposed to any rain, you will have problems. Both of those that I just showed you will work perfectly in the minivan camper because the minivan camper is enclosed. Since we're installing in his truck, we want to make sure the thing is as watertight as possible. Now that you've seen the device, I want to tell you a little bit about what comes in the box. My favorite thing for this one in particular, it comes with a very nice fuse. So if you do have a dead short anywhere more than a foot away from the battery, this thing will protect you from ruining your charging system. And this is where I want to say that all of the connectors on the EcoFlow charger are tailor-made. For example, this other version of a alternator charger has these old school, this actually looks like your car amplifier back from the 90s where you want to bump your bass while you're riding down the road. And then one massive improvement of the main power cable over the last few months is the addition of this massive isolator. This isolator will help ensure that the power going into the alternator charger is very clean and allow this thing to work a little more efficiently to deliver power into the power station. One concern we have with this project is because of the size of this massive pickup truck, the cable may not be long enough to go from under the hood all the way into the bed without needing splicing. Just in case, we have 25 feet of extension. We hope to not use this because we want to keep it as clean as possible, but it's here if we need it. And the last major item included in the box is this mounting plate. He does plan to use this mounting plate in a very unique way we may not get to that method today. He's gonna mount this to magnets so that he can hang the charger somewhere in his steel bed and move it around if needed. Now, although these are called alternator chargers, something that really throws a lot of folks off is they actually connect to the vehicle's battery. For today's install, this truck has 2 batteries and we're gonna hook up to that accessory battery. All right, guys, I've gotta let you know up front, that was the easiest charger install yet. It's the truck. The truck has a grommet right there that we were able to run the cable straight through. Then routed the cable right along the body frame where the body isolators are, right above the isolators and the frame. You can just barely see it right there, very well above the frame, and then going into the engine compartment. Very quick, very easy. Ran the cable under the fuse box and it came out right here. Almost looks like a factory fit. It is perfect. We've got our fuse installed. Absolutely no problems with that install. We also have plenty of slack, so if there is any body roll or anything like that, we're not gonna stretch and break any of those cables. But now we have a big question that we must answer, which is, does this system work together? We've got everything double checked to make sure that we don't have any loose ends, anything that's gonna create a spark, anything like that. These connectors are very reliable. They're plug and play. They do come with a tool that you can easily disconnect them. If you lose that tool, just use a flat tip screwdriver, pop the connectors, you can remove everything. I tried to fool the system and leave it as if it was a EcoFlow product, but it knew that it was not an EcoFlow product because the output cable of the alternator charger is an XT60i, which basically means intelligent cable. Since the input of the Anker Solix C1000 is not an XT60i input, it is essentially a dumb connection. That means that it is not thinking about the specific style of power that it's getting. It's just accepting whatever power is delivered to it. And now that we have all of that worked out, we are getting very close to that 500 watt rated output from the charger and into the Anker Solix. And if we're driving around from work site to work site, at this rate, it'll take about 2 hours from dead empty to recharge this battery. So we bought all these extra supplies just in case we needed them. We are far out in the middle of nowhere. We didn't want to run back to Lowe's or anything, but fortunately, we didn't need any of this stuff. Everything that came in the stock kit from EcoFlow was perfect. Well, guys, there's not much more to say about the EcoFlow alternator charger or our specific install. We did mess around a little bit with the settings, but once we got everything figured out, the thing works flawlessly. Now he's going to be able to get 500 watts of continuous input into that Anker power station, run his ARB fridge. As long as he drives the truck for about an hour every couple of days, this fridge will run essentially forever. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and I'll catch you on my next adventure.